Did you know that at least 75% of bitches suffer from some kind of hearing loss? This alarming statistic means that more likely than not, talking isn't the most effective way to communicate with a bitch. That's when you have to hit her.
You're right, Rhonda. I'm not like the rest of you. I'm not wearing a mask. I mean, look at us. Tinfoil in our hair, glass on our faces, high-heeled shoes. Why are we wearing these? We're already taller than the boys.
Hi, guys. Welcome to XY Chronicles podcast. I am King Tash.
I am Fox Curry.
Shanty. That's what we doing.
Taylor Elajas.
And welcome to our bi-weekly podcast where we talk about everything in the spectrum of what's going on in today's culture. But this week we're going to touch on that famous Curry Ayesha scandal. We're going to drop you 2 new SS sticky situations. We're going to get into a little bit of sports and just thoroughly entertain you.
Good evening, all you. Thank you for checking in. XY Podcast, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the views, all the fans, the group, all that good stuff. It's week 2. We do this biannually. We got our girl here.
Bi-weekly.
Biannually.
You want to be horse now.
Yeah, we do one in January, one in May. Don't worry about it.
Don't go close to the mic.
But, sorry about that. So we do this bi-weekly, right? Just like your paychecks every Friday. My paycheck ain't coming this week, but it's all right. So here we got our girl Shanty. She does the current events. I don't watch news. I know damn sure you don't watch no goddamn news. So here news for the 2 weeks. Go ahead, Shanty. It's all you.
All right, just to fill you guys in, this is a touchy topic that has really got to a lot of parents and I guess people that, you know, have been around kids. The 3-year-old that was killed by her biological father in a car. And this is kind of touchy to me because I also have a child. And dealing with the situation of dealing with parents going through custody battles, because they were, he felt like this was his way of saying, this is how I'm going to get back at you.
Nigga, this how you gonna get back?
This is how I'm going to get back at you.
So now you're in jail. Your child is gone.
We don't know the situation, though. I don't know the situation.
The situation is
that you should have jumped into that fire, too, one time.
Exactly. You're going to kill everybody.
So,
now you're in jail.
Wait, who died?
Stupid.
What happened?
the child. Stop. Okay, hold on. Okay. So basically, just to put it out there, the mother was going back and forth with the courts to basically block visitation because he always used to threaten her. And they were going through that custody battle, and the last time that she went to the court, they was like, no, like he has the right to see his child. He basically said, and they quoted him and it said, you'll never see your daughter again. So he took her over the weekend, and during the weekend, this is how it happened. He locked her in the car, basically locked the car doors, chained the car doors.
I mean, you ain't even got to do it.
He had I believe it was the little propane things in the back seat. So he literally knew, like, that would have ended everything for him. It basically was planned. Yeah. And the way that he did it, how he escaped was like he was part of the fire too, but he wasn't, because when they went to the scene, they was just like the car door was melted. And because it was melted so bad, it was easy for them to take the baby out of the car. And my thing is, how harsh are you? This is your own child. This is not no stepchild, or even though that's bad if it was a stepchild. But this is your child. You have that much hate to the mother that you're going to burn your own child in the car just to show the mother that you're never going to have your child by yourself.
The mother was right this whole time. She needed to keep
that's
the child
why
away from her.
And this is something that has been going on a lot, because they're like, with child services, there's a lot of kids that are dying because they're not following up on their cases correctly. They're just letting certain things go.
But when people, neighbors,
but still, that shit, what is your job?
But the thing about it is, if you have 120 cases, you're one person. They are understaffed. I know that for a fact. They are understaffed, and they let a lot of kids slip through the cracks. And that was with this they had a big overhaul.
Yeah.
In ACS. Remember when they changed it from ACS to DCAS?
Yes.
Because they had the big overhaul when the little girl died. Nix Mary, I think was her name. That little girl died because they weren't following up on the case manager hadn't been out there for months. So every part of the system failed this child. That's pretty much it. The parents were fighting. It's not like she had an unfit mother. The mother was just fighting with the father.
Yeah. So he literally took that above and beyond to be like, okay, I'm gonna kill my child.
Just so you can have her.
So you can have her.
And the worst part to me is that, as fathers, and fathers that care, because there's certain fathers that don't care. They're in their own population by themselves. I don't speak to them. I don't speak for them. I don't care about them. But the fathers that do care, the fathers that want to be there for their kids, and the father that sometimes, in certain cases, the minority of cases, has what we call a bitter baby mother. It's hard for me. It's hard to bring light to that and say, as pops, we as fathers, we want to be there. Mm-hmm. We can be as fitting as the mother can be, which is very hard. Let's be honest, because mothers do above and beyond, just naturally and as time goes along. To sit there and have that argument and to sit there and try to fight for the male population that actually does right is hard when you have a situation like this that shines a horrible light on the male figure and the father figures in some of these kids' lives. Like I can't imagine myself harming. The biggest thing I could harm is a roach. How the fuck you gonna try to burn? I don't even want to flick my daughter. How you gonna burn your daughter? You get what I'm saying?
And what really stuck with people is that he said, "Do I have your attention now?"
We're not doing that, right? Yo, this man, when Mr. Miyagi just see what happened.
That's why I was gonna die.
You need water.
I tell you. That's why I was gonna die, bro.
Oh man. But yeah, he said that. He was like, "Do I have your attention now?" And she said this is the phone call she had with him before he did that to their daughter.
Now he needs to be under the jail. They need to really handle him when he gets there, because that's they need to torture him. Like that's the only way I feel like it'll be somewhat justified.
And the mother was like, she can't have no more kids. That was the only child that she can't have no more kids.
He knew what to do to her.
But where's all the hood niggas out there that like to police their own neighborhood? This is something that we should be policing as a culture. They can't. I mean, now it's too late. But what I'm saying is things like this is ridiculous. Especially I'm assuming he was black, right?
He was Spanish.
Oh well, he's a minority, right? Yeah. We get put in terms of white America. We get put into one tub, one bubble, one.
It's sad. It's just making them believe the stereotypes that they have out there for us.
Exactly. Like shit is crazy to me. I'm all for advancement, but you can't advance. It's hard to advance when you have one gross pimple on the forward path.
You have people perpetuating the stereotype. That's all that it is. It's okay. Minorities are unstable creatures. Minorities are people that don't seek mental health, which has definitely very true.
Yeah,
very true.
Very true.
There's
a lot of
and it's not our
undiagnosed.
fault though. It's not our fault because it's kind of in us at. We shouldn't look to this type of stuff because it's a white thing.
True indeed.
To
you go to any one of our parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles. I'm not going to a therapist.
Ain't nothing wrong with you. You're not stressed.
Exactly.
Just go pray.
Drink a little ginger tea. Like that is.
Just go pray and it'll be all right.
Mental health is so
real.
Undiagnosed.
It is real.
In the black community, the Caribbean community, even much more. Where we do not seek out therapy.
Yeah.
And I do not agree with it. And we need to shine a bigger light on it. It is getting worse and worse.
Bless him.
Bless him. It's getting worse and worse. And it continues to become a cycle. And we're raising these kids and we're letting them think it's okay to live in pain, to live with all of these
with trauma.
Yes, exactly. To be okay with the trauma. Oh, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. No,
and that's why
they're not
people
all right.
wonder why things happen in their family every generation. It's a pattern that's going on that's not being dealt with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's something that we need to touch on a lot in the African American community, in the Caribbean American community, because it's getting bad. It's getting worse. It's getting worse before it's
not even that. It's just that it's an ongoing thing of parents killing their kids. That's crazy.
I hate your parents.
But on that note, what's the next?
The next thing that's going on, like I said, this whole custody battle thing. It seems like it's a pattern going on. So a Staten Island teacher was missing.
Where's she going?
They were
what is
looking for her
ethnicity before we continue?
She was a Cajun.
Ooh, she was a clear?
Yeah, one of
Clear.
Yeah.
She was a clear.
Yeah, a clear.
She was like that started from a couple on the table.
And she was missing. Everybody was like, the husband did it, and come to find out the husband did do it. And how the husband did do it is
just like the father killed that jogger and the poor little black boy.
Yes, that is another thing. And the poor black boy is in jail, but we gonna get to that. Yeah. So
I be knowing a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit.
So so they were looking for
Stupid headlines.
I just read 2 lines. That's it. I know it.
Whoa, that's crazy.
The father
no,
did
but
it.
the
I read
father
2
did
lines.
it. We're gonna get to that. Hold on.
Let's
Let's finish with this and we're gonna get to that real quick and then we're gonna move on. Alright, so this teacher, Staten Island teacher, was missing, students looking for her, everybody looking for her within the community. And she was going through a custody battle also with her husband. So come to find out, her husband is the one that killed her. And not only did he kill her by himself, he killed her with his girlfriend.
With the
And
mistress.
they found them on camera pushing one of those barrels. They couldn't identify the item within the barrel, but when they went into the storage, they found the body in the storage. And who was it? The husband, and I could say his mistress girlfriend.
So you're telling me, first and foremost, you couldn't push that barrel into the water? That is number one. Why would you put it inside?
He wanted to hold the body.
For what? It's going to decompose and smell.
Because he didn't want it to be a chance of the body floating up, the body coming to surface. If he didn't weigh it down,
you gotta weigh it
a lot of people think that they weighed it. I don't know personally.
Oh, you
but
don't.
a lot of people.
It's not a little experience.
A lot of people.
Only people that know things talk about it. Like I don't know.
I know a lot of people where if you weigh a body down and you don't do it to double their body weight, they will float up.
So you have scientific
Which makes sense.
Double the body.
I'm a doctor. I didn't know how to make a body float. Okay? I went through residency. I know how to make a body float.
I got a call. How you solve that?
What you a doctor in? What you a doctor
in the vagina.
GYN.
What is a GYN?
Gynecologist.
You a gynecologist?
Yes, I am.
Since when?
It'd be your own family. It'd be your own family.
When that happened?
Well, not anymore. Now I'm in pharmaceuticals.
That's great.
I can't do rounds. Anyway,
okay, back to the floating bodies with the bricks.
So
in the
you
sea.
have to make it double their body weight. So it does take a little bit of a calculation. You have to know exactly how much they weigh. Shut up. You have to know exactly how much they weigh in order to know how much weight to put on to make sure that they sink and they stay down.
I don't post on social media often, so that means y'all can't track me. Sometimes y'all can't find me. But if Gary don't post not one thing within a 7-week span, because it's it's usually a 7-week span, I'll say one thing. Gary gone. Gary in the water. He underneath the Verrazano because she know what she's doing.
Don't do no bullshit and you'll be fine.
I did it.
You sound quite experienced.
He said 7 weeks.
I know. So it's a long period of time.
Yeah, like 7 weeks.
I feel like he's probably making like a 2-week span through with no live.
Like,
I'm not a big social media person. I don't post. I'm not there's a lot of social media myths that let me not say myths. There's a lot of social media.
You on social media right now?
I am on social media right now, but that's against my own will. So
wait, what?
She got me here. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what?
My hands.
No, I can't even agree to that. Like, what do you mean?
Just put. Excuse me.
Yeah, Instagram.
Just let everybody know you're there.
Listen. Hashtag free Fox Curry. And we gonna move on. What's the next topic?
Yeah, the next topic is what Tasha was speaking about with the daughter that was a runner, and I think Chanel Lewis
Right.
has been charged with
No, he got convicted.
That's a man? Chanel?
yeah.
He got convicted of
for
her
the
murder. But here's the kicker.
This is and I want y'all to pay attention.
Here's the kicker. I don't know much, but I know this.
No. Let me hear what you have to say, and then I'll fill it. Go ahead.
Here's the kicker. Her and the father usually run every day, right? This specific day, the father didn't go running with her. This is the day that she disappeared.
Let me add this in. They sent out a search party. Nobody could find her body. But guess who found her body? The father found her body. They went out in where she would run, but they found the body. When you see the guy does not. He looks like
He's not mentally there. He's not mentally.
It looks like he's taking a rap.
He's a scapegoat. Yeah.
And then when you think about it, they're talking about how they found DNA, her DNA on it. But guess what? Her father shares the same DNA with her. So it could have been like he could have confronted him at the time of finding her body. And I don't know how, but I just feel like he didn't do it. And then when they were in court, the reporters, when I was watching the video, they asked him, they was just like, how do you feel? It's kind of like he froze. He didn't know how to answer the question. And his wife goes, she answered for him and pulled him aside. I'm giving you an example. Pulled him aside so that he could move away from the press.
Yeah. He killed her. The father killed her.
I really feel like he killed his daughter.
And so I don't know why, and I'm thinking if it was that drastic, there's some incestual shit going on.
That's what I feel. He was obsessed with his daughter.
Yes, I feel like there's some incestual part that's gonna come out in a Lifetime movie in the near future. But this man needs to come. No, they need to take that boy out of jail because he did not kill that girl.
They're not gonna take him out of jail. It's gonna be years, and then they're gonna finally find out that.
13 years later.
You should see his face. It looks like
he looked confused.
Yeah.
Every picture I see of this boy, he looks confused.
Like I'm just gonna take the rap because they got me here, and that's just
and that's unfortunate. He has a court-appointed attorney, can't afford a actual payment,
and that's where you really fucked up.
Yeah,
never, ever.
If you don't have the choice, what are you gonna do?
Nigga, you better sell your house for that attorney.
What house?
Who knows what? And then was he in a car? They say was he in a car? Mm-hmm. That's another thing I don't understand. He was in a car, and then he was following her in the car. Like, how much time do you have to fight back for somebody to actually kill you and put you in the fucking woods? Yeah. What? Yeah.
This is why I don't live in Minnesota. But
it was something in Minnesota.
This is your backyard, Playboy. Like, what do you mean?
You mean like Coney Island? Because we
the back of the yard, Manhattan Beach. Like, this is New York.
I don't know what New York you talking about, but let me tell you something. We got the SS's coming up next.
Exactly.
We got the Curry Ayesha or Ayesha Curry debate coming up next.
Ayesha
Curry. Section Curry Ayesha.
Curry Ayesha.
And pick one of them. But we got a lot of topics coming up next. Again, this is the XY Podcast. Fox Curry. See you
Virgos unite.
Anyway.
So this is our signature segment called Sticky Situations, where we do 1 to 2 user-submitted sticky situations where it's talking about love, life, everyday things, where they need our expertise, opinion on things. And we are live in our Facebook group. Find us on Facebook, XY Chronicles Podcast. So here's the sticky situation, for the first sticky situation for the week. Here's my situation. I know this will be seen a certain way, but oh no, wrong one.
Blood fire.
First one. Sorry.
Is that whatever you drink is?
Shut up. Here's my situation. My partner was unfaithful in the past. Can you forgive a person for stepping out on you? Can you still make the relationship work if the person is willing to change and put in the work? I think the key thing here is if the person is willing to change and put in the work. If they're not willing to change, if they just want to run out and do all of the same nastiness that they've been doing, all of the same things that put them into this situation, then no. Don't, just let it go, fuck them, it's been fun. But if they are willing to change,
Clearly it wasn't fun.
I do believe in giving second chances. I do believe in making a person work for your respect and working to regain your trust. And if they're following all of the rules that you set forth, of course. No problem.
I feel forgiveness is hard.
Yes.
Forgiveness is not something so easy to be like, I'm going to forgive you and then we move on, because you still have that thought within your head of what that person did. Some people can take it as so easy. Some people can take it as so easy to be like, okay, I forgive them, I love them, and it's whatever. But me? For example, for example, there's so much chances that you can give someone. I forgave a lot of people, but as I got older, I learned that I gotta keep it to a distance because I'm not getting anything out of it.
In short, the answer is yes. And that's all I got to say to us that, because the question asks.
Why is yes?
The question asks the most important part. Are they work? Or if the person is willing to change and put in the work, then the answer is yes. There's nothing else to talk about.
But are you
willing
to let go?
Hold on, China. You said no. Why? Why are you done? You automatically writing people off? You don't think people can change?
I-E-Y-E, done? I hear you. I hear you, Shorty.
That's strong. That's like from the... That's from the heart.
I suck it.
No glaucoma.
Beautiful. That's my pupil.
Because I'm a Virgo. But this is your Virgo brother. I'm a Virgo sister.
Don't you see, China? You gotta watch what you're saying right now, because then it's gonna turn on the Virgos, and we trying to support the Virgos today.
Yes, we stand proud today.
Taurus gang.
Yeah.
Leo,
nobody talk to these motherfuckers.
Leo gang.
But essentially, my main thing is that people are gonna make mistakes regardless. Human beings prior to the early 1400s were all sharing each other anyway.
History class.
So
Preach.
if this whole thing of monogamy and keeping each other, if we're in one, only two people in a relationship is fairly new in the human history, then you're going to have people who psychologically don't agree with just being, monogamous. That's my point on it. And of course, you're gonna find people that step out and say, "Come on, son, it's 2020. I don't want to say it's 2019 to sound normal."
Can I provide my take on this?
Oh, you actually have a take?
I do have a take on this.
My bro, I got a take. Go ahead.
So
all these mics in people's faces. Pause.
I do have a take on this.
Yo, pause.
For me, you step out on me, we done.
All right.
You know who I am.
I mean, hey,
you heard who I am. That's
heard you.
I'm me.
Heard you.
Who are you?
That's right.
You could be you, but I'm me.
That's how I think the current ladies should
me.
think. But hey, we
That don't mean a damn thing.
And they
You
should
step
think
out
like
on me,
that. You should have pride about yourself.
Exactly.
To say I'm worth
I am me. I don't give a damn
way
who
more
you
than
think
what
you
you're
are.
giving.
I know my worth.
No,
that's right. The youngin
I know my
is
worth.
speaking.
You're not gonna step out on me think somebody else gonna give you the stick.
Boom.
And I know who I am. Like, what you thought this was?
Hot tool.
Like, what you thought this was? I can walk outside with these two braids and I'm lit. Like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You know what I'm saying? So that's me. You don't get no second chances.
No, you damn right. You damn
It's not the MLB.
You're honestly,
It's
you're
not the
not
MLB.
wrong for that.
You know.
You have to know what you're willing to tolerate and what you know your worth is.
And I ain't tolerating that.
Hold on. I'm not gonna lie. Before we even got on this and we started talking about this, I already said this was gonna be a short segment, but I have a much more deeper perspective on this specific topic because, let's be honest, monogamy is not for everybody. Marriage is clearly not for everybody. Look at the divorce rates going on right now. And in general, the way that society is moving on now, you're seeing a lot of baby showers and all that good stuff, but you're not seeing a lot of engagements. You get what I'm saying? You're seeing a lot of, this is my baby father and this is not my husband.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There are people that, marriage works for them. And I applaud them because they stick to it, regardless if it's their religious belief or their personal belief or whatever. But let's look at how society is moving. And society is moving towards more options, quote unquote, if you want to call it that, versus one option. So it is a tricky situation, a sticky situation.
The generation just changed.
I want to touch on
Y'all
what.
want to segue to that? I was going to segue to the next one right after that. It's a tricky situation.
No, we're not done though.
Oh, we're not? Oh,
They got something to say. They feel strong.
I felt you. I heard the segue.
I heard you.
I heard the segue.
No, something Akilah said was cheating is a mistake. Cheating isn't a mistake.
It's not.
I feel. You planned it, you linked with this person, you had sex because you wanted to, so now I want to cut you off.
But people need to understand, and that's how we feel to even realize somebody's cheating.
Exactly.
Because cheating is not only physical,
That's
it's something
guts.
emotional. You could be with your
yeah.
spouse and the whole mic in my face.
I'm trying to get, you saw me trying to.
Even though I don't mind it. But hey, let's go.
That's a whole guts.
Like I was saying, cheating is not only something physical, cheating is also emotional. You could be in a whole relationship, you could be in a whole marriage, and you could be cheating emotional with someone else, and then all of a sudden lose that connection with your spouse or significant other.
Or to add on to that, you could be in a marriage and you could be all that, you could love your woman and all that good stuff, and you still step out.
Yeah.
Right? And you come back and everything can be peachy keen. But the woman does not appreciate the fact, or the opposite, whoever you're with obviously doesn't appreciate the fact that you stepped out. You get what I'm saying? So it is a personal decision. Usually it's pre-planned. You don't just mistakenly fall down and oh shit, she fell.
You don't slip into pussy.
Right, exactly. You don't just slip into pussy. It's not
Or
that,
dick. We have to be.
Yes, you have to. It goes both ways.
You gotta be prepared for that.
Yeah.
Get the makeup done, get the nails done. I want to see it.
Mind your business. First of all,
I want to see it.
right?
But at the same time, let's not also disguise that there are certain relationships that people, when they step out, they come back and their relationship that they had prior blossoms. Or people that step out because they have the security at home. I have this. This is what it is. I know I got this all day long, right? I'm grateful for it. I love it. I cherish it. I'm gonna die with it. But you see XYZ down the block. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's no self-control. That means you don't have control over your own actions, and there's something wrong with you.
No.
As a person, if you cannot control yourself, how do you expect? How do you expect anybody else to do?
I disagree with that because self-control. If I didn't have self-control, I'd be fucking the fat bitch down the block. We're not talking about that.
But you clearly don't have self-control because you're willing to risk like you said, you're willing to risk this person that I love, this person that gives me everything, this person that makes me happy, this person that I want to die with, but I want to try her pussy. You have no self-control.
No, and I'll tell you what, because certain people see sex as just for what it is and only that. They minimalize it. Sex is just sex. Hold on. That doesn't mean I don't love the person that I'm with. That doesn't mean I don't want to be with the person that I'm with. That doesn't mean I don't want a family. That doesn't mean I want to enrollment. That doesn't mean any of that. But all I wanted to do was try that vagina, and in this society, it's frowned upon. Hence why we have this whole big hoopla.
But that's still self-control though.
Exactly.
That's still self-control.
It all boils down to self-control. If you cannot control your own actions, what the fuck am I doing with you?
It comes down to your partner's viewpoint on it. Because if your partner's viewpoint is, you know what, instead of you cheating, let's have a threesome, then it's a different ball game. We're talking about a whole different conversation.
A threesome is not cheating because everyone is involved.
But that's what I just said. That's what I just said.
Consent is what changes the game.
But I just said that. You're not saying nothing that I just said. I said if I wanted to try, let's make up a person name. What's the bitch name? Sandy?
Bitch, you didn't come at 7, you didn't come at 8. Shut up.
Wait, Sarah? That's China. No, Sarah. Sarah is. Beth.
Beth is the one. Beth is the one that
Mary
was
Jane.
taking Sarah's niggas and
Beth is obsessed with Sarah.
Yeah, basically.
But let's be straight. If I'm with Sarah, right? Me and Sarah are rocking. Me and Sarah got 2 kids. Me and Sarah been together for 7+ years. Son, I know what I'm gonna get regardless of Sarah, my nigga. I've been hitting that pussy for 7+ years or more, right? But Beth come around, Beth looking like a new piece of orange juice, my nigga. I want to drink that shit. I'm just saying this is the mentality that goes into it. Now I don't want to break up what I got with Sarah, but yo,
We have an update on Beth after Gary.
Yo,
yes,
son.
that's
I'm gonna be on my ladies to be at this pop-up because Beth on some shit, boy.
So that sent me a message that she wanted me to share with you guys.
As a person, you could go to your partner, Sarah, and say, look, let's spice it up. Let's do something different, right? Because it's just sex. That's all it is. It's just sex. Let's spice it up. Let's do something different. let's invite Beth over for some cookies.
Tight.
And then I give it a pokey, and then we move on. But
They got very mad at Beth right now.
You see? I'm telling y'all, yo, be ready, cause she on some.
I think we should go to the next topic.
Yeah, cause y'all really pop up to this pop up, cause
Go ahead. What's the next one?
I gotta get the details on Beth before we go to the next essay.
Oh, really? Oh, let's go.
So
wait, hold on. Let's go how this started. I said, Tasha, in the email, did you see what Beth said? She said, what are you talking about? I said, Tasha, go check the email. Tasha, tell them what Beth said.
Well, hold on. Before y'all even answer that, I need y'all to tell me, is Shanty Guyanese or Jamaican? 'Cause she sounds like...
Can we restart this video?
But exactly, can we restart this whole fucking video? Because this shit is about to sound crazy on SoundCloud. Anyway.
Yeah, that's why we got our editing professor over here, Elajas.
Elajas?
Mr. Chick-fil-A.
Taylor Elajas.
In the group, is your name Taylor Elajas in the group?
Don't watch that.
Exactly.
Is this Taylor?
Elajas in the group?
Is this Taylor? Don't watch
my
that.
fucking name is Taylor Elajas.
Don't watch that. My Facebook name is this
Exactly.
Taylor.
You give it all
Is this Taylor? Don't watch my last name. That's not my last name. Is this Taylor?
That's not your
That's not my last name.
All right.
I'll bring your mother down here.
No. Guys, let's get back to Beth.
Anyway,
Yes.
So Beth has stated that she will be at the pop-up. Beth will be there in her garb that she can be easily recognized with.
Why are you trying to get Beth?
Yo, wait,
Beth sent me the email. I was trying to
she said she will be at the email.
pop-up.
She said she don't care what nobody has to
We can
say.
play Where's
but she will
Waldo
pop
with
up.
Beth and make it a group outing. And I hope to see all of you guys at the pop-up.
Hold on, but real quick,
Shout
out to Beth for being courageous in the wrong ways, but whatever. Shout out to Beth for being courageous and following through on what you said. And the picture, fantastic.
Nah, she didn't do a good job because I was ready for a face. Why you covered your face? Of course she's not going. It's anonymous. I don't care. But you're lucky I didn't get the first letter in the 4 letters. All I got was tit.
Shout out Beth for that, because you made this group hella spicy. Alright?
No, don't condone Beth antics. Fuck that.
Why not?
It's bullshit. I'm sorry. Fuck that.
Oh,
Don't condone Beth antics because she did some sucker shit and she's stalking Sarah. And I really want to know who Sarah is because
Sarah,
I will help Sarah beat Beth ass.
Unless Beth is a psychopath and she is Sarah.
Okay. Well,
Listen, Beth, you got your under 25 people being like, yo, son, do you. Even though we don't agree, but just do you. We don't care. That's your prerogative. Do you. And everybody that's clearly about the 30-year-old range.
Excuse me?
You 30, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm 30.
You 30, right? Oh,
yeah, we 30.
what the fuck that mean?
Just take
there's nothing wrong.
Hold on.
30.
Ain't nothing wrong with 30 plus. Ain't nothing wrong with 30 plus. What I'm trying to show you is that the mentality is different between somebody who is a little bit younger and it's like, yeah, that's your prerogative, do you? Versus somebody that's like, that's some sucker shit. They got some old soul. I'm not that invested.
They got some old soul 25-year-olds.
I don't think age has anything to do with being invested because it has 45-year-olds that are more invested than 22-year-olds. This next segment is another sticky situation, and this is a spicy, sticky situation. This is weird. Here's my situation, and keep in mind, these are people that are actually in our group, so they're going to see the thread, they're going to see the live, they're going to see all of the comments, and we want to make people feel welcome. We want to get to that 500, we want to get to the 1,000.
We're going to welcome them,
yeah, we want to be welcoming. We'll leave it at that. Here's my situation. I know this will be seen a certain way, but double standards exist, so whatever. My man has a friend who I think is so sexy. No, I don't want to be with him. I'm happy at home, but I have eyes. You feel me? Well, I'm a very sexual person, and I've been imagining a threesome with the 2 of them. How do I approach him with this without him thinking I will want to find his friend in any way besides this experience?
All right, let's start right here. First and foremost,
Boy, could you let me finish this sentence?
no, sentence is done. Let me tell you what happened.
She wanna fuck his friend.
No, let me tell you what happened.
She does, but she wanna fuck his friend and him.
No, yeah, she wants to do it. I give it to her for wanting to do it.
Mike is not on.
It is on, bitch.
It is on.
It is on. It's good. I got it. Look, she wants to do. I give her props because she wants to do it the politically correct way, right? Because she could have just been like, "Yo, son, slide me a number. I need you for X, Y, Z reason," and then end up at his house on Bedford Avenue, and boom, done, right? But here what? Clearly what's been going on is that you've been having sex with your man and you've been thinking about the next man while you've been having sex with your man because you're not just walking around down the block saying, I'm imagining sex with Jacob. No, you've been having sex with your man thinking about this man. I'll tell you this, 90% of men won't do it, but there's a 10% of men that are open to threesomes with another man. But,
Pause.
That's why, exactly. That's why I said it's 90-10. That's number one because most men won't do it. and number two, you're looking at the wrong person because if that's my friend, that's my man, that's my bro, that's my ride or die, nigga, I'm not gonna let him.
She didn't say that was his best friend. She said that was his friend.
That's still his
friend.
friend.
The point is, there's an association between me and the next man. Let's name him Jacob because we just naming random people. So there's association between me and Jacob. I can't look at my man Jacob in the eye no more. I can't bring my girl around Jacob no more because Jacob know what my girl pussy tastes like. No, you can't just. It don't work like that.
That's a sticky situation.
That's what I'm talking about. So now,
this is a sticky situation.
So now, if it was some random, maybe
that's still a pause.
And it's a pause. You ain't seen a long maybe. Maybe like
it's a pause because it's two niggas.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just listening.
This is
comprehend what's going on.
Okay, but yes. Okay.
You said yes. Okay. That's why it's all.
If she would have said she found her homegirl attractive and she wanted to have a threesome with the homegirl, y'all wouldn't be having this conversation.
But no. Hold on. It's not that it's not fair. Let's ask females. What makes more sense? If a female's bisexual or if a male's bisexual. If a male's bisexual, that's not even your nigga no more. Right. Y'all leaving him. It's done. It's over. It's clipped. It's done. Boom.
If you like dudes, he's gay. There's no bisexual.
Exactly. If you like a dude, you're not bisexual. You're gay.
That's just what it is.
Okay. So y'all going into that? What about niggas that run trains?
That's not your girl. That's not your girl.
That's not your girl. That's not what you. That's not what you said.
No.
Two niggas fucking one female. You said it's gay.
No.
So what about a day gay?
I never said that. Number one. Let's start right there. I just said niggas that are bisexual.
He just said.
I said niggas.
He didn't say that. He
said that. I said niggas that are bisexual. It's okay for a female to be bisexual.
I said that.
It's okay for a female.
Bisexual, they're gay because if you take the penile organ. You are a homosexual.
Yes.
There's no like, oh, you're back and forth. You are a homosexual. Like that's just what it is.
Okay.
So there's nothing gay going on if you run a train on a girl. You guys have seen each other.
It can't be your girl. It can't be a girl.
It's not your girl, but you're still in the room with a whole bunch of niggas, and they still got.
But you think they're taking turns? They're taking turns, not at the same time. A threesome could be. A threesome can happen at the same time. A train can happen at different times. They can either be like, yo, leaving the room. Y'all taking y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all leaving the room.
But nobody.
A threesome is way more interactive than a train is.
That's a good point. Niggas is not sitting there watching each other niggas meet on a train.
A train, y'all probably watch a YouTube video.
Nigga, I'm watching the Warriors game, and then you done? Yo. Alright,
tag
cool,
in. It's tag-ins.
That's it.
You cannot be fucking serious.
It's tagging.
There are trains where
you watch a lot of porn.
I do watch a lot of porn, yes.
And the porn gives you a fictional...
Hold on. No. Hold on. I'll let you talk.
They all happen at the same time.
Now, there are trains that are ran with niggas waiting in line. Waiting.
That's why
in the same room, waiting for their turn. Right? Now, there are trains that are run with one in the vagina, one in the butt.
one in the mouth.
Boom.
There are those trains ran. Are those niggas gay?
They're porn stars. They get paid for that.
What? No, not only porn stars. No, Trust
they
and
do it for
believe.
real.
Not only
Right
porn
around the
stars.
block on Flatbush.
Exactly. Right around the block on Avenue.
Same
One
niggas
in the
that
butt,
you be around
one in the
in the
vagina,
parties.
one in the mouth.
Let's London. Wait, let me.
Falling down. Hot tool.
Hot tool.
Now,
What you telling me?
the majority, let's be honest, the majority of them are porn stars. The majority of them are getting paid for it. The ones that are
These
not.
Brooklyn niggas ain't porn stars.
The ones-
These Brooklyn
the
niggas
ones-
still live in a mother basement and work in H&M.
That don't mean
These
you're
are not fucking porn stars.
I live in the basement. I'm a DJ. I mean, one equals the next. The one doesn't equal the next. But what I'm trying to say
We are
is,
missing the point.
what I'm trying to say
We
is,
are getting off.
what I'm trying to say is, you're speaking to the minority, and like I said in the earlier part of this podcast, I do not speak to the minority. I do not know the minority. I speak for the majority, and the majority of niggas, I don't know, I don't agree with you.
Them niggas gay, Riley.
That's what I'm talking about. Bro, you know, that nigga gay. Straight up. That nigga gay. Yo, Raleigh is not gonna plow a girl that Huey is plowing. He gonna look at him and be like, yo, you done? Yo, you done? Alright, I'm in there.
But Riley smoke.
He gay if he wants to
Riley
down.
smoke weed cigarettes. Weed cigarettes.
Guys,
So it's not the same.
If he wanted to look down during the drain, he gay anyway. He's supposed to look straight ahead.
Okay,
Or waste your turn.
okay, let's
Waste your
get
turn
back.
or
Come
look
on,
straight
stop.
at the wall.
Let's get back.
hold on, you're right.
Let's get back. Get back to her question.
Her question is,
Yes.
how does she go about
Oh,
getting
shit.
this threesome going? The answer to that question is that if your man loves you, it's not getting done.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not
and,
him.
and that's his friend. That's
He a
his
move.
friend.
First of all, I'm assuming you live in a metro area where there's a lot of people know you, and a lot of people know your man, right? If this gets out in any way, shape, or form, that's your man.
Threesome get out. Who gonna tell?
Usher couldn't get out.
Everybody.
It's only 3 people.
What
Somebody gonna tell.
Everybody talk too much nowadays. Y'all like
Yeah,
people
that
like to
is
talk.
true.
Somebody.
So if this gets out in any way, shape, or form that your man had a threesome with his girl, with
That
his
was threesome.
boy,
What? Yeah.
that's not your girl. Then I can have a threesome with her. Yo, holla at her. Tell her come
Yeah,
here.
because that's no type of respect for your girl. Your girl's supposed to be somebody that's, well, I shouldn't. Hey, some niggas don't keep their girl sacred. So it's just like, if you with your girl,
Facts.
your girl's supposed to be sacred. You're not supposed to be sharing her with your homeboy or
That's not
any
your
else
man's.
thing. That's, yeah.
It's not your
That's, come on.
I don't condone this in any way, shape, or form. For the sake of
First of all, we're not even going to get into a threesome with you because you don't condone it.
Before we,
I don't
but you have
condone threesomes in any way, shape, or form because
but you
I'm
have to-
possessive and I will bust a bitch in the back of the head with a brick.
but-
There's no
Hold on.
Wait,
You
girl.
have to
You did
applaud.
say a random. You did tell me a random.
If we are in another country, maybe a random, but not in Brooklyn.
No, not in Brooklyn. I'm not. So you go away. You go away on a trip. You go away on a trip. No.
But then I need to know if she's been tested because bitches out here with
Nah, nigga, risk it all.
Okay,
Risk it all, risk it all,
You
risk
see
it all.
what I'm saying?
Okay,
I'm not.
all right.
The moral
We're
of the
not
story
helping
is,
this lady who
the moral,
was
I'm telling you,
Yeah, okay,
the
boom.
moral of the story is you cannot have sex with your man's friend. It's not happening.
Yeah, you.
It's not. It can't happen.
Just
if you
leave
find,
him
Did you hear the
and go with
keywords?
the friend.
Your man's your man's
Leave him
friend.
alone.
Fuck the friend and then go back
Your
to
man's
Your
friend.
man's friend. So if he your man's friend, you can't fuck him. But you know what? Go turn it
If
down.
your man don't know it.
now, listen, I applaud you for trying to do this the politically correct way because a lot of females will not do it the politically correct way and somehow slip, fall, and end up on somebody's dick, right?
Suppose. Whoa.
Whoa, dick and pussy. Or dick and ass. You get what I'm saying?
However you
so,
fluid.
however you
That's
want to do
definitely
it.
not a slip and fall.
Threesomes, baby. Threesomes are not for only when you're single because there are married couples that
Do it
have
religiously.
threesomes.
Right.
Yeah.
With people that they don't know.
With people that they don't know.
Right.
And they
And
bring
it spices up the relationship.
Exactly. So it spices up the relationship for some people and some people don't want it because like they said, like they're territorial. Who the fuck you like no.
But there are married couples that do it. Swingers.
If y'all hear me on the news, I was jailed because of first-degree assault. Know that I tried a threesome and it didn't work out too well.
Anyway,
That's it.
about the country lines that she was mentioning is very important because that maybe came with country lines. So here's let's look for like a remedy for shorty.
Mm-hmm.
Go to France. Go to Italy. End up somewhere. Go to fucking where prostitution is legal and pay some shorty.
Shit.
New Amsterdam.
But
I gotta do all of that. Go to the bunny ranch. Like,
but guys, like out of all of this, don't fuck your man's homeboy.
Yeah.
Don't fuck your man's homeboy. Like that's just gonna mess. You not gonna have a man, boo.
That's not you not gonna have a man.
And then,
your man gonna try to kill his homeboy.
Yeah, it's just gonna be too much. It's just gonna be too much.
And what if the homeboy liked the pussy? Then he calling you after.
Yeah, like it becomes just
dicey.
too much.
It becomes sticky.
No, here's what you should have done. You should have checked the friends before you.
Yeah.
I know, but we gonna move on. But last but not least, you should have checked the friends out. You should have did your original checkup and find out which one of them looked the best.
I know what it's like when you pick the wrong friend.
Oh,
Hold on.
It's damn son. I should have scoped the team before I fucked with that nigga. It's true.
No, it's true.
And
It's
that
true,
leads us right
boy.
into
Sasha. I got what I want. Should I start this?
that leads right into.
No, for real. Start the camera up. Wait, am I starting this hamburger cover?
No, nigga.
All right.
Because I was about to say, because that leads right into Curry Ayesha and Ayesha Curry.
Yes.
It doesn't, but it does. Because we gotta go. We gotta keep the time moving. So here what? We all know what happened with Curry Ayesha and Ayesha Curry.
Tonight is Guyanese curry Ayesha.
Yeah, right.
It's doing curry Ayesha.
Because of our lovely Guyanese chef, it's curry Ayesha, not
Ayesha Curry, right?
So this is our topic of the podcast.
All right.
Curry Ayesha.
I'm gonna play the audio because a lot of females feel that men didn't really listen to the audio. Let's hear it out from her mouth.
There's me, and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, it sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not
Like,
looking. You're not even.
But I'm gonna tell you something else too. When your radar's turned off, because I dealt with that for years too. Like, and I was young, like you.
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh my
not
God.
fair.
I mean,
because I don't want it, but
Yeah.
it'd be nice to know that like someone's looking.
but
That
when
can
your
get
radar's
dangerous.
turned off, right?
That
You're
can get
beautiful.
real
Don't ever
dangerous.
think for 1 minute that it ain't some men out there looking at you like I wish.
All right. So look.
Play the whole clip, bro.
Listen. We don't got time for no.
Don't do
That's
that.
the problem.
Yeah, we don't got time
Don't
to
do that.
But you didn't even play the whole clip.
So then you go
It don't mean nothing.
It does mean something because the whole clip is the whole premise of her argument. Don't play part of it and then speak to part of it. Speak to the whole argument.
Here's the problem.
No, fuck it. He already told
Instagram
you.
only gave me a minute on the clip. Alright. So
Then you
that's
should have played it on Twitter, nigga.
I watched the whole thing, but I'm like, girl.
Exactly. I watched the whole red table for a whole 28 minutes. I watched the whole.
We all have
I'm pretty sure. Here's my thing. I'm pretty sure.
Let me put my blanket on because
Let him
this
get
gonna
into
take
it,
a while. Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure we all watched the clip. I'm pretty sure we all seen this, right? Now, let's be honest. Men in relationships, men that's been in long-term relationships, men that have kids with women, we understand that women feel insecure. We understand that having a baby is, I don't want to say traumatic, but it's a little traumatizing because women have to rehabilitate back to their older state where they felt a certain type of sexy, they felt a certain type of confidence, they felt a certain type of prowess, right? I get all that. Here's my point of view. When women look at men, Steph Curry is at the top 1% of the 1% of men, right? A lot of men's biggest complaint against women is that y'all talk too much / complain too much about shit that doesn't really matter. So you have the trophy nigga that Let's be honest. You could end up with an R. Kelly nigga. You could end up with a nigga that killed your kid in the car with the propane. You could end up with a lot of niggas. Most of y'all in the metro area where most niggas ain't shit. I know I ain't all that. I ain't no Steph Curry. Right? So if my girl complain, I get it. Because I ain't no Steph Curry. But you got Steph Curry. That nigga.
He looked in the camera with the, but I ain't no Steph Curry.
But no, hold on. Y'all gotta understand. Steph Curry was trying to buy the Carolina Panthers, a football team. Steph Curry was trying to put up $50 million to buy a football team. Steph Curry is somebody that plays golf with the president. Steph Curry is somebody that invested in his wife and her career. Steph Curry is somebody that stayed with you. Remember, all these black motherfuckers don't stay with their black women. They get the white women. He stayed with you from high school. Brought you all the way through. Gave you the kids and married you.
Gave you the kids?
Well, I mean, 1 + 1 = 2, so it's him and her. So I get it. Yes, I understand that. But he had to impregnate her. She can't impregnate herself. So he gave her the kids and stayed.
I told y'all in the group chat, I'll wait.
He gave her the kids and stayed. He is of the best. He is a Christian man first, and he praises his woman second. And you still found a way to complain about something that you shouldn't be complaining about. And not only that, you brought it public. If it was a private conversation and it was between y'all and y'all went to a therapist, cool, no problem. You brought the conversation public. Not only that, you also mentioned y'all sex life. My nigga, your man is playing in the Western Conference Finals. Let me show you something. Your man on TV right now. See that? That's a TV. You see who has the ball? Steph Curry. Fuck you talking. You think he worried about all that other shit right now? Give him a second, my nigga. He gonna come around. He gonna sling some dick. Give him a second. Nigga got shit to do. You think he just gotta show up for the game and it's all good? No, he gotta eat right. He gotta practice right. He can't have sex because when you have sex and you come, you don't gain any muscle and all that type of shit. So you gotta understand that there's reasons behind it. You already got 3 kids. You already got married. You already got a man that's backing you publicly and privately. What more do you want? What do you want, shorty? What's the problem? That's my take on it. But I'll let a woman go ahead and share her perspective. Go ahead with your Crocs.
I can get where the men are coming from. It's like you're married, the husband that you have is successful, he's giving you everything that you want. What more is it that you want? You're married to me. Why are you looking for other people to give you attention when I'm your man and I'm giving you everything and I'm the star ball player, all that shit like that? But then I look at it as there are women out there that feel like in order for them to feel wanted and feel attractive, they need male attention. And I would expect this more from a single woman, but I feel some type of way of her being married that she's looking for that attention from other men. And as women, yes, our body change and we feel some type of way that, yes, do I still feel sexy? I feel like Steph should be giving that attention to his wife. I feel in that case, I feel like she shouldn't look for other men. I feel like he needs to give that to her.
That's understandable and that makes sense. But let's also agree.
Let me finish.
Oh, you have more. My bad. That's funny.
See, yes, y'all get his attention.
My bad. No.
Like, I'm just lost my thought. Like,
okay, guys.
No, go ahead. What you saying?
I was gonna say briefly before this motherfucker over here.
I didn't say a fucking word this whole time.
I was gonna say briefly, right? Yes, women's body changes, and they change more drastically than men. That is understandable because childbirth and all that other stuff, right? But let's not ignore the fact that men's body changes too. We lose hair, our hairlines recede, we get bare bellies. It happens. We get less athletic. We get less stamina when we fucking. It happens with time. We lose our prime, our primeness. Let me say, for lack of better terms. But let's be straight. After your time passed. As a nigga, if your time passed, your time passed. Either you hit the gym and you try to extend that time, or you just accept the fact that your time is gone. Shorty like Ayesha Curry, you wasn't all that to begin with. But you had your time. You're 30. Your time passed.
Wait, hold on a second.
Wait a fucking minute.
No.
Wait a
because she's 30, her time. What do you mean? He means your time passed? No. Let 30, him say what he means by that. What 30, do you mean?
30 plus you had 3 kids. And all that. And the main factor is y'all been in a relationship for over 10 years. There's nothing that you can do. If you've been in a relationship for over 10 years There's nothing that you can do
I'm
now
about to kick him in the head.
to excite anything because you've done everything already. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna blow up China to make
Okay. So you don't think that is a respect thing that men are given Curry
Oh yeah, 100%.
respect towards like
It's respect. It's a lot of respect. A lot of respect.
I'm not even talking about the females because that's why he's getting female attention because these females out here
They
don't
don't
have
give a
respect for
fuck.
nobody. They
Yeah,
don't
no,
give a
no,
fuck. They're
we
just
don't
trying to get
don't
up there.
respect the females.
But I can
Dirty
understand
asses,
the
they don't
male out there as his boy, like that's my teammate. That's somebody that I idolize
He's a
as
respected man.
being up
things.
there. I'm not gonna try his girl.
It's two things. One, it is a lot of respect, and two, it's the fact that Ayesha Curry ain't all that. If Ayesha Curry was Rihanna,
They don't give a fuck.
hold on,
she
no.
all that or not.
yes,
If
it
they
does.
wanted to talk,
It does
they would.
because when Rihanna was with niggas and niggas was still shooting they shot. And Joel Embiid shot his shot on ESPN after a game like, yo, Rihanna, text me.
She wasn't married. Rihanna's still not married.
I understand,
It's
but-
about being a married woman and having a respected man. Don't nobody know who Rihanna man is.
married.
He an undercover fucking billionaire. Don't nobody know him. Don't nobody respect him. They respect Steph Curry because guess what? He's the nation's beloved golden child. He's a light-skinned savior.
Can I present
Let
my?
him speak.
Can I present my?
Go ahead, because I'm
So-
gonna wait until everybody go. Go ahead.
I wanted to go male, female, so we can get this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
do
saying?
your thing,
But for on this side, right? My opinion is slightly towards Gary's, but also different. So it's like I understand where she's coming from, right? We're all human. You all want to feel desired by someone else. I understand that opinion where it's like they've been together since they were like 13. Like it's crazy. That's a long time. I understand.
17 Bumbleclaw years.
I do truly understand that, right? She said in the talk, he's so nice that it irritates her. What does that mean?
Because
what do you want?
does not. I can tell you exactly what that means.
What does
that
that
means that he does not know boundaries. He allows people to impede those boundaries. Women. To impede those boundaries.
She wasn't talking about that.
To where she's no, that's what she was talking about.
She was talking about nice and just in general. And
Right, no, I'm telling you exactly what she means. She means he's being oblivious. That's what she means. He's being oblivious to the fact that, all right, these bitches are throwing pussy at you. And you're like, no, motherfucker. You need to shut them down.
Wait.
You think that's what she was talking about?
That's what she was talking about.
Let me express.
You understand that it goes against his brand?
Let me express.
That's what she's
Let me express.
Then leave him, nigga.
Let me express. That was in two different parts of the conversation. That was in afterwards where they were saying the questions of where somebody said, is Steph really as nice as he comes off to be? And then she said,
I believe it.
yeah,
That nigga
he's
was
so
nice as
nice.
hell,
He's
bro.
so nice that it irritates me. That was the two different. That was
Yes,
two parts.
because he doesn't shut. I saw it. He doesn't shut people down.
I believe you. That was in two different parts of the conversation. They were not intertwined with her saying that she does not get attention.
Right.
They were not intertwined. You're intertwining them. They were not intertwined. She was saying that hold up. She was saying that he is a really nice person and it irritates her sometimes. She was referring to their private life, not in terms of him being so nice that he doesn't understand what's happening. She presented that in the first part where she was saying that he's so nice he doesn't understand. But then she said in a different part then when the question was asked that she doesn't understand why he's so nice and it irritates her sometimes. So that was just two different things, right? But with her, she presented it as he gets so many females, right? But he's getting all these females because he's Steph Curry, right? The man, this is from a male perspective. I don't think he's all that, and I feel like to be able to say that he's not all that. He hasn't gotten all that. He hasn't not all that. And I'm a heterosexual male. I'm a heterosexual
He's
male.
not attractive.
No, you had mad time.
I did, but I'm gonna say this again.
Like,
My man,
come on,
bring up my
bro.
man, Circle Free West. He did say this. That nigga don't get no goddamn haircuts. That nigga don't do nothing to grow.
Great,
bro.
wonderful,
That
awesome.
nigga,
Let's
it's
talk.
part of his state. It's part of his statement.
He's aight.
He's aight.
He's aight. He's not all that to where like
hold on.
he's aight.
Nobody's disagreeing with you. I don't find Steph Curry attractive. Me
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not one of those women that's like, oh my God, Steph Curry.
That goes to my point.
No.
It's off of
But
the
there
power.
are
It's
women,
off of the power.
can we agree, there are women that will drop it all for Steph
But
Curry.
that's what I'm saying. Wait. It's because of the power that he exudes.
I agree.
He can provide a multi-million-dollar life for them. If she presents that to to men, they're presenting that to her because of her looks. It's not because of what she does. It's not because of her cooking. It's because of the fact that of whatever she presents to them, that's why they would want her. So I have a problem of why she said that on the platform, because she's not dumb. She knows that if she says it on that platform...
She's a college-educated woman. She's not dumb at all.
I understand that. So if she says that on that platform, she knows she's going to get responses back. And that's what irritates me about that, because she's going to say that knowing that she's going to get responses back as a married woman, knowing that you're a person that where you're of prominence, okay, and people are not going to want you because of what you do. You're married to Steph Curry, all right? We understand that. People are going to know you because of your body. You know, people don't let females go out just rolling out of bed, all right, go shoot a TV show. You have to put on makeup first. You have to look dolled up. Men have to want you. So if you're going to put that out there, men are going to want to watch you because of your body. So now she's trying to put that out there to where men now start flooding my DMs, please.
But that's the first thing she said. She says, I don't want this attention.
Of course, what she has to say, she's married.
No, she doesn't have to say that.
Yes, she does.
Oh my God.
She has to say that.
I'm going to let y'all go because everybody wants to
She has to say that.
Listen, the first response, I can only go off of what she said. Right? I can't infer and say, oh, maybe she meant this or whatever. I can only go for what she said. The exact statement was, I don't want the attention, but it's nice to feel wanted. And I can definitely, we let you talk. We let you talk. Now, it's nice to feel wanted by men. Now, Steph needs to obviously step his game up because clearly she's not feeling.
That's OD. The man's in the Western Conference Finals. The man is in the Western Conference Finals.
She's not fit, but he's not in the Western Conference.
Oh my God! Hold on, guys.
God, obviously he's not in the Western Conference Finals every year. He's not. He's been in it for the past 4 years. What are you talking about? That's gonna piss me off. You need to relax. You need to relax. You're doing too much right now. He's not in the Western Conference Finals 365 days a year. Okay? During the season, I can understand that. During the finals, I can understand that. But the other 260 days out of the year, he needs to make his woman feel wanted. No, you done for the night. He needs to make his woman feel appreciated, loved, adored, whatever. Now, I want to read this because this honestly is exactly how I felt as a woman coming from a man. Okay? So, Homeboy says, finally got the chance to watch the women of the Curry family on Red Table Talk, especially to see what all the fuss was about regarding Ayesha Curry. My thoughts. She said nothing wrong, and it's not as deep as most people are making it. But when you lack a certain level of emotional intelligence, you become irrational and stop listening at the first perceived sign of disrespect. When Ayesha Curry expressed a very common insecurity that many highly attractive women experience when the dynamics of their life shifts, attention is a currency that both men and women deal in. However, men typically get it from outer possessions or things, while women receive it for inner possessions, which is closely related to the body. That's always changing, naturally manifesting countless insecurities. This is an idea and experience that the average man doesn't understand, and in many instances neither cares to. Simply put, the skill required to have this understanding is called empathy. Miss Curry basically summarized her statements at the end with regard to male attention by saying, I don't want it, but it's nice to know that you're considered attractive. At the end of the day, though, the only man whose opinion matters is her husband, and he still supports her. That's exactly how I felt about this situation. She does not want men in her DM, but it's nice to know after 3 kids that you still can attract attention. That's all she was saying. And I understand that as being a woman with 2 children, being 30 plus.
You are only 31.
30 plus. And seeing, okay, yeah, I still got it. I can still pull a couple dudes. I can still, I don't want to talk to any of them. I don't want attention from any of them, to be completely honest. But it makes you feel, all right, cool. I haven't completely went to shit after my kids because this attention is still there. But Ayesha is in the grade of being a wife of a respected man. Being the wife of a respected man means men are not going to try you. Men are not going to hop in your DMs because they respect your husband enough that they're not going to disrespect your union. She fell prey to that. And I get why men don't hop in her DMs, because they see her as, quote unquote, the Virgin Mary. This is Ayesha. She's the standard. She loves Steph crazy. She respects their union crazy. I'm not going to disrespect her. She didn't take it as a sign of respect, which is, that's something that Steph needs to handle. But in the same regard, she is the woman of a man that men hold in high regards. So they're not going to come at her the same way they'll come at Black China. They're not going to hop in her DMs the same way they come at Kim K. They're not going to do the same things because she is that standard. And she's been that standard for the past 4 or 5 years that her man has been hot. So I get that. And I get the male perspective of, oh, she has everything, so why does she feel the need to want other males' attention? It's not that she wants other males' attention. It's the fact that she wants to feel that somebody other than her husband, who is indebted to her because she had 3 of his big head babies, wants her. That's all she wants. She wants to, hey, ooh, nephew, I see you. That's all she wants. That's it. And it's not that hard to understand, which is why I don't understand what you guys don't understand.
It's not about an understanding. It's about the actual reality of it. So, you like she said, she doesn't want these people, but she wants their attention, which means you want some piece of them. You want. That's very true.
As a woman, that's not true. I'm telling you as a woman. I don't know how you feel as a woman, but I'm telling you as a woman, that's not true.
Okay, so if you're telling me that men's attention is not a piece of them, that's what you're telling me, then you don't want them at all. She said she doesn't want them.
She doesn't want anybody but her husband. But she
right,
wants to know that she
you want their
still
attention.
got it.
You want other men's attention, which is a piece of them.
That's not what she said.
She didn't say Stephen Curry's. I didn't want my husband's attention. She didn't say that. She laid it out there. She left it open for a reason. She wanted men's attention. Men, other men. Men is plural. Men means not her husband. She wants their attention. Attention.
She did not say that either.
So what?
She said, you want to play the clip again?
No. You can play the clip 10,000 times.
Say what she said.
So they say what she said. What she said?
She said, I don't want the attention, but it's nice to know that men are looking. That's it. She didn't say, I want you to hop in my DMs. She didn't say any of that.
For men to look, that means you get their attention. If you don't, I don't look at nothing that doesn't have my attention. If the basketball game doesn't have my attention, I'm not looking. If my phone doesn't have my attention, I'm not looking. If a car passing down the street doesn't have my attention, I'm not looking. You want these men attention. You can see, you can package it up in something nice, in a Christmas package with a bow on it. You want other men's attention. And the main, you can say no all you want, that's what it is. And the main problem is, at least with me, is the fact that you have the top 1% of the 1% of the men alive to provide what most women would kill for. Let me ask you a question. Listen, to my viewers out there, majority of my viewers aren't married. I'll even ask somebody else, Chantal, you married?
What the
Chantal, you married?
No!
Okay, Chantal, how many men have played with your feelings, played with your time, played with everything that you had to offer? A lot, I would assume, right?
That's only because I accepted it.
But it happened.
Yes, it did.
Okay. not only does Ayesha Curry have her time valued, not only does Ayesha Curry have a man that gave her value, not only does Ayesha Curry marry that man, I'm assuming you haven't been married or...
What? Really?
No, cut that shit out.
The reason why, no, I'm not. The reason why I'm asking these questions is for one specific reason.
And what is that?
And that reason is...
I'm waiting for it.
Majority of women, especially nowadays, would kill to be in a position of Ayesha Curry, right? And the fact is, Ayesha Curry is in that position. She's in the perfect position. Can we agree that it looks like, prior to her saying what she said a few days ago, it looked like a fucking fantastic perfect marriage.
Stephanie versus the game.
The fuck that's out there. Anyway.
That means she's in his shadow as being his woman.
That's all women, unfortunately. That's what society portrays. That's not my fault. That's what society portrays. But again, Steph tried to get her out of her shadow by boasting her career, promoting her career, and she's now on TV shows. She's doing what she does. She went to school for it, yes, but now she's doing her own thing. She's doing her own thing. She didn't get to the TV. She would have never been on. I'll put it like this.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Don't
She
say
would have
what?
never been on TV if it wasn't for Stephen, because guess what?
If
She took
Stephen
her
wasn't-
own career path.
If Stephen wasn't
Outside of Stephen.
If Stephen Curry wasn't as prolific, if Stephen Curry was, let me put it like this: if nobody's looking at Seth Curry's his brother's girl, who's Stephen Curry?
That's Doc Rivers' daughter. They are looking at her.
No, they're not looking at her.
Just because
hold on, wait.
doesn't mean they're not looking at her.
Listen to what I'm saying. No, they're not as high profile. That's number one. Number two, nobody's looking at her because of Seth Curry. They're looking at her because that's Doc Rivers, who is more high profile. It's about your profile. It's a public image.
Guys, I can't.
Listen, you
42 seconds.
You got 40 seconds.
I got 40 seconds. I'll finish it off like this. Look, Ayesha Curry, you got the blessed seat of having a man that cherishes you, and women die for that, kill for that, whatever. Take what you got.
We'll deal with it on the editing floor.
Take what you got, cause
I want to say something real quick.
Yeah.
So
Nobody else
with the, I just don't like that she said it after basically saying that Stephen has a bunch of females going after her because of his power, not because of his attractiveness. Females actually want him because of who he is, not because of his attractiveness. Guys want her because of her attractiveness, and honestly, she's gotten less attractive in the public eye. That also plays a part of it. When they first got married, guys were gawking over her, and now she's got a little bit more media. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's just what it is.
It's not even that.
But
After 3 years and some age, you
It
don't
also
got it.
takes-
You don't got it like
has
that no
gone to
more.
it.
It's okay.
But
it's
like,
okay.
it's kind of like, I don't like how she approached it, where it's like Stephen has all these females going after her, and she's not also getting her ego stroked. I just don't like it like that. If she wants to approach her where it's like she's not getting her ego stroked, and approach her like that singularly, not because Stephen has people going after him.
That's
and
not
also
what
getting
she
her ego.
said. She did not say she does not
She
get
didn't go after
played.
her. She didn't say that.
Shut up. She does
So
not.
now you're
She
gonna
did
say-
not say she doesn't get played because Stephen gets played. What she said
approached her like
was
that.
she prefaced it. They asked her a question. Why does nobody even talk on the fact that Jada said, "I agree because I had this"? Nobody talks about the fact that Jada said, "Hold on,"
because
we let you
their
talk
whole
with each other.
relationship was a whole. Will and
Nobody
Jada
cares about
have an
Jada.
open
Now,
thing going
Jada
on.
said, "I understand because I felt like this throughout for a lot of years." No one talks about that,
Because
right?
she did.
Okay. Now, Jada said it's going to fade. This is something that is a phase. This is something that comes along with being in the public eye, with your man being in the
She
public
didn't give
eye.
me a face.
Hold on. She said, like straight out, "Hey, this is something you are going to get over." Why are we going to make this woman feel like she is abnormal when this is something normal
Nobody said
that
she's
goes on with women that are in the public eye with public men? Do not shame her
Nobody
for feeling the same way all of these other women feel. And that's what bothers me. We are shaming, or the public is shaming her for feeling the exact same way that all of these other basketball wives feel. That's not fair. That's my problem. And that's the end of this segment. Have a good night.
It's not good night because we have sports. So I don't care how much you want to grab the camera.
It don't matter because I can end all of
It's a perfect segue.
That's not a segue.
It's a segue. Curry is a perfect segue into what's going on right now. Taylor, let me ask you a question. We got the Houston and Golden State game going on right now, right? By the time this podcast posts, we're going to see who's going to be in the Western Conference Finals. But I'm going to ask you right now.
The Blazers.
All right, I'm going to ask you about relevant teams. So,
what? Don't do that.
That's number one.
Number
Number one, in terms of the relevant teams, Golden State and Houston, who do you think is going to duke it out? You know, Durant's down. Durant got down 2 days ago from today's date. He's got a calf injury. He might be back for the Western Conference Finals if the Warriors make it there. Now, if I had to play smart money, my smart money would be on motherfucking Golden State no matter what. You have the sports podcast. Promote your sports podcast, and let me know what your picks are on.
So I actually don't do a podcast anymore, but I do have an Instagram page, Taylor Elajas, TaylorElajas.
I thought I spoke fast.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your plug. You gotta slow that down.
All right, so I'm gonna hit it for you one more time. TaylorElajas. You know what I'm saying? Music, entertainment. You know where it's at. But hey, either way, what time is it though?
It's we got enough time.
It's not time. It's dang dollar time. Stop whacking. Stop playing with me, man. Anyway, so either way. I gotta bet Houston because if they don't win, then like the whole team has to break up at this point. Like, I feel like they have to.
I agree.
They have to break up at this point because it's like you have an aging Chris Paul and
Chris
James
Paul
Harden. It's shown that you can put all energy into this game and you can still not beat the Golden State Warriors even without KD. So it's like at this point,
let's break that down.
You have to just get rid of them. Get rid of the whole team.
Let's break that down, right? So you got Houston, right? Houston just signed Chris Paul, the old ass Chris Paul. Houston just signed the old ass Chris Paul to a 4-year, $170 million deal, if I'm not mistaken. And he's in the first year of that deal, right? So you locked yourself up in an old ass motherfucker. Let's be straight. Second of all, you got James Harden, who is a superstar in his own right, but bro, I can't put him in the category of Stephen Curry. Giannis Antetokounmpo, if I pronounce that right.
Steph stole one of James Harden's MVPs though.
That's fine. I can't put him in the category. You know who I put James Harden in the category of? I put him as a supercharged Russell Westbrook, and I'll tell you why. I can't give 100% credit. I can give James Harden 80% credit, 90% credit, but I can't give him 100% credit because James Harden is somebody that goes up for a foul, maybe 3 out of 10 times he shoots, and I can't fuck with that. But
you have to be able to give him the fact that he's able to manipulate the game which is played.
I'm fine with that when he goes for the basket. When he does his crossover, he stands there, right? He idles with the ball. He goes left, right, left, right, left, right. He drops to the hole. He does his little right arm push off where he pushes the shoulder out like this. Y'all see it on the camera like this, and then he goes up for the shot. Listen, first of all, that's a push-off, but the refs usually don't call it, and he scores, right? But on this three-point shooting, he does a step back and he goes up. A lot of times, y'all talk about he doesn't have any space to land. He lands on his 2 feet, and then he pushes back like this. And then they call it for nigga. He landed on his 2 feet. He clearly had space to land. If he didn't have space to land, if he landed on somebody's feet, if he tripped a little bit or whatever, foul all day long. But the fact that there was, I think it was game 4, game 5, where he came and he shot it over Klay Thompson, banged it on him, a 3-pointer, and still was like, yo, he hit my elbow, give me the foul. For a superstar, you do that too much. I don't see that out of Giannis. I don't see that out of...
But that's James's game, though. His game is to manipulate the refs.
And that's why you're a regular star and not a superstar in my book. You're a regular star.
But he's still a superstar because of the way he's able to manipulate the game and score.
You could call him a superstar, but he's never going to beat Golden State that way.
He's more of a Tracy McGrady, and Tracy McGrady is a superstar.
Tracy McGrady is not a superstar.
Tracy McGrady was only an all-star? That's just fact. That's just...
he's just a star. He's a
Tracy McGrady was a superstar. If you have Tracy McGrady on your team is now automatically in the eyes of we're going to go to the finals. Even if whether or not that's going to happen, you're going to think you're going to go to the finals because you have Tracy McGrady.
How many finals rings?
Like I said,
how many finals rings does T-Mac have?
0. But like I said,
there we go.
Wait. Like I said, you're gonna
conversation.
Wait. Like I said, you're gonna think.
You gotta give him time to talk, Gary.
Like I said, you're gonna think he's going to the finals. I didn't say he's gonna go to the finals.
So you think he's gonna go to the finals? How many times has Harden go to the finals?
but he's only been on his own for like, what, 4 or 5 years. He's had not that good of a team. He had to play Golden State in the... Golden State has literally had a cheese 2K team for quite some time.
What you were saying?
I ain't a Houston fan, so I ain't trying to like sit here and defend them.
So let's talk about people.
Part of it is a conversation with Tracy McGrady, and that's not a bad conversation.
No, that's not a bad conversation, but that's like being like
Tracy McGrady had to play Kobe. Who was being Kobe at that time? Nobody was being Kobe.
No, I got you. It's like being like John.
Who was being Tim Duncan at that time?
But let's move on because of time. Let's move on because of time constraints to the team that you feel that you're really going to the Western Conference. I don't know if you like Charles Barkley. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. But you know who I'm going with? I'm going with the loaf of bread. I'm going with that white motherfucker that don't got no muscles.
Pasty, white, fat, 7'2", stupid, doofy-looking head.
That gets triple doubles every night.
Stupid. You know what time it is? You know what time it is? It ain't 10:02. It's daytime. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I don't care what you talking about. Stop playing with me. You know who is 9 for 16 behind 30 feet? Mr. Dame Dollar. You know who your favorite team is? I don't care because they ain't shooting 9 for 16 from behind 30 feet. I don't care what you talking about. Dame is 9 for 16 from behind 30 feet. I want you to know nobody in the NBA is doing that. Nobody in the playoffs is doing that. I want you to know that your favorite player can't even think of doing that because he can't shoot like that. You want to know who can shoot like that? Dame Dollar. You want to know who can't shoot like that? Everybody else. Okay? I want you to know that you can't mess with Dame Dollar. You want to know who wants to win the conference finals? Dame Dollar. Can you see the back of my jersey? Can you see the back of my jersey? That's literally, it stands for 0, it stands for Oakland, it stands for Oregon. Stop playing with Dame Dollar. What time is it?
First of all, my man drunk. Second of all,
I'm all the way sober with Dame Dollar.
Yo, you're sweating, yo.
Second of all,
Stop playing.
Second of all, we gotta put my man's veins back in his neck. Veins coming out his neck.
Stop playing.
Yo, I heard our girl here, King Tash, the doctor. Yo, you gotta fix his veins, bro. His veins can pop.
Stop playing. Game 7. I don't even gotta watch. What time is it? Stop playing. Can you see the back of my jersey?
Why you gonna act like the video camera can tell you? Yeah.
Can you see the back of my jersey? Stop playing.
See.
Yo,
they play with me.
Elajas.
I'm gonna let you know what this man's literally. It's Elajas. Alright? And Elajas says Dame Dollar and the Portland Trail Blazers go into the Western Conference Finals because it's fat, doofy, looking white, plastic, clear, plastic wrap looking mofo can't go to the finals. He's soft. How you 7'2" and soft? How that makes sense?
Joel Embiid is soft. Don't let's not
Joel Embiid has a respiratory. You're not gonna talk about my man, the process.
You defending? You wait, hold on. You defending the process?
Joel Embiid has a respiratory.
Hold on.
Wait.
Don't let me have to cut off my.
Has a respiratory infection? Yeah. Mr. Dame Dollar. Can you see the back of my jersey? Can you see the back of my jersey? Can you see the back of my jersey?
Acts like you're not gonna edit.
Can you see the back of my jersey?
Yo, shout out to my editor.
Dame Dollar. What time is it?
My editor's gonna make sure you see that Dame.
Right?
Back in the jersey shirt. He bought, hold on. He bought that shirt on Pitkin Avenue. I want to hear nothing.
I got it at the NBA store. Stop playing with me. What time is it?
You got it on the NBA store. The NBA store on Canal Street.
Wait a minute. Before the time lapse. Hold on.
How much time we got?
I don't know. We good. I don't know. Two.
We got 2 minutes?
Don't tell him that. Tell him we got 20 seconds. Hold on.
Here one, real quick. First of all, Joel Embiid is kidding. Yo, look, before you be about to get about it, it's like, apparently it's only Dame Dollar and nothing else going on.
Nothing else going on.
You was about to say something, and go take it out.
Ain't nothing else going on but Dame Dollar. Ain't nothing else going on.
Listen, you don't even gotta watch, but he pointing to his wrist. It's real quick.
Look at the wrist.
Look at the wrist. Yo. Yo, Shanty got a Dodge shit.
Yo. A whole elbow in my
I'm gonna tell y'all real quick, this is the XY podcast. We had some real fun with y'all tonight.
Yes.
Clearly my point don't matter. I'm not even gonna try to make that point no more.
No one cares about it.
Curry, Ayesha, Curry, you can suck a dick.
Curry. Good day.
Love y'all. Guys. Fans, please follow, subscribe. We got it on Spotify. We're gonna be we are done. We got it on Spotify. Oh, we're not done. We have the thought of the day. We got the final thought. Son, King Tash, tell him.
As my lovely co-host tried to end the show early, and Dame Lillard stands out here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna leave you guys with the thought of the week, the thought of 2 weeks, because we're back with you bi-weekly. At a certain point, a victim becomes an enabler. No one is perfect, and we all have made mistakes. But when someone repeats the same mistake over and over, it becomes a conscious decision. You can no longer blame someone for hurting you if you stick around every time they do. You are letting them know it's okay and that you'll accept the disrespect. We want you to always be great. And all of our viewers, subscribers, listeners, everybody, we want you to be great. We don't want you to accept the same subconscious, subpar behavior over and over again. Know better, do better. Have a good one, guys.
Nice.
And on that note, tell them.
What time is it?
Yo, yeah.
I'm gonna turn it off at this point.
If you don't love them, you tell them hush you. Next time podcast, baby.